Taupo farmers Tony Jansen and wife Lorraine, along with their son Tony Jr., are milking 430 cows on their 188-hectare Atiamuri farm. The family is one of the original suppliers to Miraka and enjoys the close relationship they have with the fledgling milk processing company.
I've been farming all my life since I left school at 15. I started contract milking when I was 19. Share milked on a family farm for 10 years. Then bought a 100-acre dairy farm south of Tiara. Stayed there 2 years, moved to Waikiri Valley, bought 200 acres, expanded to 250 I think it was, and sold that to come here, and this is where we're going to spend the rest of our days anyway. When we first heard about Miraka, we got a flyer in the mail and we decided, oh well, it was really a no-brainer to go to Miraka. One is his geo-thermal factory, and there's an opportunity to sell the shares and invest the money elsewhere on the farm. Fonterra, you got to hold a share per milk solid, and with Miraka we don't have to have any shares. They guarantee the same price as Fonterra, plus 10 cents for the milk price. That made it quite attractive because we can expand and do what we like without any extra cost. I found out sort of what their borrowings were to start the company. They had a few guarantees in place with Vietnam and all that because they're a 20% shareholder, and they virtually guaranteed us anyway the first 5 years, even if things went wrong. So it was a pretty safe bet really. They'll keep growing. They'll probably even bring more of their own farms into the system, and slowly they'll take on more suppliers if they need to. Plus they're expecting us all to grow a little bit too. We've signed up for 5 years plus a 5-year right of renewal, but I've got no intentions of changing. I'm quite happy where we are. Our son Tony, he's at this point he's turned around and bought a 30-hectare runoff across the road. He 20% share milks on here, and he is going to turn around and hopefully we'll sell further the farm to him within the next 5 years. And eventually I'm going to let him buy the farm out as we get older.
We're in Atiamuri, we're flat to easy rolling, pumicey sort of soils here. Dairy farm milks 420 cows and sort of, yeah, a bit of a family farm, but yeah, it's good. When we get a lot of rain, we grow pretty good grass. We grow pretty good clover here as well. But so yeah, definitely in the wet we go really well. But in the summer we can get quite dry, being a lot of pumicy soils. But you sort of learn to farm around that, and every year you sort of pick up on different ways around that. I've wanted to go on the farm since I was 5. I never really wanted to be anything else, so it was a pretty easy decision. I left school at in the 5th form, but Mum and Dad said no, you've got to make sure you get your NCA level 1, so I got my NCA level 1, and then I did my Ag ITO for the next 3 years. But then at about 22 I took a season off to sort of do a bit of travelling. I opened up my eyes and hated that, and came back to the farm, so I realised how much I love it and how much I want to be here. Lower order share milking, so I'm on 21%, and so my role is to sort of manage the cows and get the most out of them. There's not a lot of difference between supplying Miraka to other companies, but I guess the feel to it is what we like, is it sort of you can ring up and have a yarn about what's going on, and they're more than willing to help, where you don't get that with the bigger companies. They're very hands-on and they treat your farmers really well, and it's nice to have that sort of support around you, I guess you can say. There's always some sort of functions that you can go to, and there's also a newsletter, so you know what's happening. You get a text every day on my phone to know what my cows are doing, so you're very much involved. They sort of keep you up to date and what's going on with the company, and you can go to field days and very much have a communication with other farmers and other people doing the same thing as you. Environmental stuff is a really hot topic. They come around every year and they sit down and they talk to us about our plan and our environmental plan, and make sure that it's the right one for the farm and the right one for the area. It's a massive thing for them because they're a company that they want to make sure that the waterways are clean and friendly and looking after it for the future, and that's really what farmers want as well. Overall, I think Miraka have proven themselves over the last few years, and we're proud to be a Miraka supplier. they have a really home feel, and it's like we're a family farm, and we're looking towards the future, and we're not going to, you know, we're going to be here for the 30 years and then some, and we think that Miraka are the right people for us. We love that feel to them, that family feel, that they're looking after us, and we want to try and look after them.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.